So, most Wednesdays I go to Tea Time, which is a Smash tournament in Cambridge. But normally I don't do too well. I actually never made top 8 before this tournament. But this time I got third. And third degree burns. So we started off by playing round robin, where I had 4 different opponents to beat. The first was Freezed, who was a player who'd just come to his first tournament as Tea Time, and quite frankly, I beat him quite easily. After that, I had to fight O'Noon, who was also new, but I ended up 2-0ing him and moving on to playing PowerGo, who is a very good Yoshi player who I've never beaten before. And honestly, I thought that was going to happen again today. But I was very surprised, and he wasn't playing his best today, and I seemed to be. I was playing, how do I say, like a crackhead. I was just going crazy on the sticks, just rushing in and hitting him with everything. And I think it just started mentally wearing down on him because I 3-stocked him in the first game. And after that, he switched over to Pokemon Trainer, who he doesn't play at all. Like, he is solid Yoshi, the same way that I'm solid Ryu. That's all he does. So, fair to say, after he switched, even though it was, a last stock situation, which is closer than the first game, I still beat him. I was very glad after this because obviously he's a bracket demon that I've never beaten. But remember his name because he's going to come back. And this is the man who'd cursed me. He'd cursed me so bad that if you search up my name, what comes up is a set between me and PowerGo where he gets to over 300% and I can't kill him. But later I was going to get my revenge on him. And I would take back everything that happened then. But then I had to fight Gamabi, who is an Incineroar player that is way better than me. And I knew I wouldn't beat him. But I tried my best, and I legitimately almost did win. I got him to last stock on both games. And even though on the first game he was at like 30%, I wasn't going to win. The second game was a last hit situation. He was at 100. And this meant that in the future, I could possibly beat him. And remember that, because he is going to come back. Because I'd won 3 out of 4 of my sets in the round robin, it meant that I would move on to top 6, where we'd now be playing best of 5. Or at least, we'd be playing best of 5 for a little bit. But before I even had a chance to start top 6, something terrible happened. I got burnt. Badly, like 3rd degree burns. What happened was, there was another player who was at the tournament, and at tea time, the pub makes pizzas. Really good pizzas. And part of the reason why they're really good is because they're really fresh. They come straight out of the oven, which means they're really hot. So I was playing friendlies with this other guy, right? And then he puts the pizza on the table next to me. I was like, yeah, that's okay. You just put the pizza down. But as he did so, he dropped the pizza right onto my wrist. You can probably see it there. All of that, that's just burnt. 3rd degree burns. And right there. And, it's kind of also my bad. I was picking up the pizza and putting it back on the plate. And I had a little bit of pizza cheese. It was right there on my wrist. Burning hot cheese that gave me this 3rd degree burn. But in the moment, it didn't really hurt that much. I think it was a lot of adrenaline. And although about 2 seconds later, I went straight to the bathroom and ran this under cold water, it was still hurting for the rest of the tournament. And in games, I didn't feel it too much because, the games have that adrenaline. So that was kind of keeping me going here. If it wasn't for that, I don't know what I would do. But I was still in pain. In between sets, I had a lemonade that had ice in it. In between sets, I was just putting that right on the wrist. Because I was just hurting so goddamn much, man. But I powered through, and I didn't put anything other than cold water on it. No burn cream or anything until I got home, which was hours after I was burnt. And bear in mind that everything that I tell you about top 6, now I continued playing in bracket, I did all of that with 3rd degree burns. Now, top 6 was already the best I'd ever done in tea time, at all. So I was quite happy with where I was. And my next opponent was Big Boy, who is an incredible Game & Watch player. And Game & Watch, I'm a Ryu player. What am I supposed to do? But surprisingly, I did quite well. And I actually took the first 2 games, not very convincingly. It was all last stock stuff, but I took them. And then I started getting scared because the next game, Big Boy took back from me. And this was the point where, I was worried because I had done so well. I was about to get, 4th at tea time. And then I started losing. And then I lost again. And the reverse 3-0 was in sight. This was this was probably my first, one of my first ever proper best of 5 sets. And I was about to get reverse 3-0'd. So I got scared as hell when it was 2-2, game 5 situation. But I clutched it up. I camped a little bit, and I think it was on Smashville, which was a weird pick. It was my pick, because obviously they'd won the last game. But I was able to just about get it, and I won the set. Moving on to 4th. Now in 4th, I had to play a player that I did not want to play. If Powergo is my bracket demon, then Joel is just a whole nother level. I asked the TO to not show the set history, but he did anyway.
Ryu versus Corrin.
So it wasn't looking good. And the first 2 games, I got washed. I was 3-stocked in the first game.
Good hit.
Completely obliterated.
Launches him away. Oh, and the wings.
So in the 3rd game, I decided I had to switch it up a little bit. This clearly wasn't working, just my run-in strategy. Even if it had worked against these other players, barely, as I almost lost a game and watch, I would really have to work for it to keep going in bracket.
Ooh,
so I decided to be lame as hell. If Corrin has the range on me, then I can't run in because I'll be hit by a sword that just swings straight to my face. So what if I just don't run in? What if I just sit back? Relax. And what if I let him approach me? I have a projectile. He doesn't. Well, he has a bad one. So I can just relax. I'm chilling on the other side of the stage. And then he was at last stock. It was like a dream come true. His percent was racking up. We were equal. It was so close.
Ooh! Oh, and the Corrin gets it.
And then he killed me. So he was over 100 though. So that proves that I now know the strategy. So the next time I see Joel on set number 6, I'll know how to beat him. Unfortunately, even though I'd beaten Big Boy, I was sent all the way down to losers quarters, which was horrible for me because it would mean that I was playing against a player, Guy John, who's actually commentating on that set, if you were wondering, who is so good. He's beaten me once before. And even though he only plays this game casually, he's been playing it casually since N64. Smash Bros. 1. Suffice to say, my odds were not looking good. And I was competing for a place that I thought I'd already secured. But, with top 6 rather than top 8, I just had to slip back. And I had to beat him to secure my place. Now, the game was very close. And unfortunately, it was off-stream, unlike the Joel match. So I'm just saying, all these games where I did so well, just destroying people, completely off stream. I play against Joel, get 3-0'd on stream. Everything else, I 3-stocked one of my bracket demons off stream. Gone with the wind. We'll never see footage of that set. All you have is my word and his word, but he could lie. So all you have is my word. Trust me, bro. Anyway, I then went up against Guy John, and wow, it wasn't looking good. Yeah, he's good. So I started off by losing the first game. I can remember this. And then I was able to clutch it up, though. I remember just, same brain dead strategy. Guy John plays Link, so he has a sword as well. But if you compare it to Corrin's sword, it doesn't, swing. This camera's in a different position, It doesn't swing in that arc as much. So I can run at him. And if I go if Link's here, hold up, let me pull up Microsoft Paint real quick. So if Link's here, and he's swinging his sword, I can jump over it and do a little nair. And then he's done for. That's an easy 30%. you know, Ryu Nair, good luck if you get hit by it. So I just kept rushing in. I probably should have camped a little bit. I'm going to be honest. I threw out a lot of Shakus because Shaku blows up bomb. A good thing I know from playing against Oblivion just too much. Oblivion I've played so much and he's a Link main, so I knew the matchup knowledge. You know, I was hitting forward airs, cancel the forward air, into the focus attack so that when he up B's out of shield, he dies for it. I just got that matchup knowledge, you know? And I was playing clean, but so was he. After game 1, he wins. Again, game 2, goes back. Game 3, he wins. Boom. Game 4. Back and forth, back and forth. And eventually, we were 2-2. It was a game 5 situation. Again. The same thing that happened against Big Boy. Against Big Boy, I barely won. So, suffice to say, I was not feeling good about this. But it was fine. I should have been feeling good. Because guess what? I won. I clutched it up. I got that Link knowledge. The matchup. To a point. So, I was able to progress through the losers bracket and get myself a 4th place. Again. Because, you know, I didn't have it before. Even though I'd already won it. And I lost it. Then I didn't have it. Then I got it again. Top 6, man. It's worse. Just do top 8s. If you have the people, do top 8s. You know? Just do top 8s, bro. But unfortunately, after beating Gaijon, I had to play against Power Go again. Again.
Classic blue.
And, you know, in the set history, this guy has beaten me a lot. But this time I had the mental advantage. Because I 2-0'd him before. He didn't even take a game. And I 3-stocked him. The only time he came close to winning in this tournament was when he played Pokemon Trainer, which was not his main. So if he played Pokemon Trainer again, I knew I would win. But I thought he wouldn't. Because, you know, he'd have the composure to think. Because he picked it before, after he'd been literally just 3-stocked. But now, it was a different time. So, you know, I thought he was going to pick Yoshi. And he did. He did pick Yoshi. I was right. He picked Yoshi. We went through all the stages. We went to Small Battlefield. We both love Small Battlefield. But another reason we went to Small Battlefield is we were rushing at this point. Because the TOs had made a little mistake. We didn't have time for best of 5 for all top 6. So we'd done best of 5 for the first 4 sets of top 6. Right? Well, my first 4 sets. And then best of 3. We were when I was fighting for 4th place twice, it was best of 5. But now that I was fighting for 3rd place, best of 3.
I think it is.
It makes sense, you know? It is what it is. So, yeah. And guess what? This one was on stream. So, this was all playing in the background. And yeah, as you can see, I 2-0'd him. I beat him well. Okay, maybe he had a bit of a lead in one of the games. But other than that, I beat him well. And after all that time of my fame coming from not being able to kill a Yoshi that's at 307%, it had all changed. My fortune was looking up. Because guess what I did on Wednesday night at tea time? I got him at 55%. So, you know.
Oh, okay.
Don't you dare, anyone who's watching this, call me out for not being able to kill him ever again.
Aren't ready to pull the trigger on those kind of things. But Adiodi just does it.
But after winning that set, I was back against a player that I played before. It was Gumabi. And his Incineroar was back. This one was on stream though. And you know how I adapted last time. But you've also seen the title of this video, so... And we're fighting for 2nd place. Loser gets 3rd, so I think you know how this ends. But I was playing good, okay? I was playing good. Rather than, you know, getting close to killing him, I killed him solidly. Look at this.
Doing very good for himself, in fact. What a down air.
And this.
Hey. Ooh. Nice one.
Those are 2 great spike clips. Happened in the exact same fashion,
nice
but
use of focus. They're getting
good.
Oh, nice little
I also
combo
got
there.
in his head.
You know. Oh, that is some good.
A Okay, that was just a complete guess. I just started charging F Smash there
On
because
that.
I did it like half a
Those
year
ones
ago on
you
Ryan.
now.
That one wasn't on stream either. But, you know, I did it ages ago and it just worked. So it killed him. It probably got in his head quite a bit.
Sink through.
But, yeah,
Hope
even
to
though
get
both these games were
actually
really
we're
close.
gonna
And I
catch
had a
this.
strong
Precisely.
lead.
Stocks,
No.
it's still close, obviously.
Didn't work. I also went 2-1 against him in the most recent tea time.
All it
But
takes
I
is
ended
that
up hopping
kill.
on comms to finish off the night,
now it's
watching grand finals after I'd gotten third place. And after all that of me being beaten by Gamabi playing Incineroar, he switched to DK for grand finals.
Or, as has been happening,
Why didn't he play DK against me? I would have won. I would have got second.
I mean,
But, you know, it is what it is. I got third place. And I'll be going again next week. So, make sure you tune in to the DAT team Twitch to watch it. And also, I'll probably make a video if I do well. So, subscribe. But for now, that's all from me.
He's playing a patient game right now, and combos into that. It's a best of 3, so that is that. Jamubi taking it 2-0. 2-0, but it was close, TM. Okay. Yeah, grand finals.